What's up, nom-nommers? For today's quest, we'll be making what I like to call Meatball Wellingtons, inspired by the dish Meat in the Middle from the video game Horizon Forbidden West. The game describes the dish as a hearty ossurum meal made by wrapping dough around a skewer of wild meat, then baking it until golden brown. Let's dig in. Let's start by taking a look at our ingredients. In the game, you'll need to provide rich meat, eastern beast rib, and river bloom leaf to Milduff, the cook, in Chain Scrape. If you don't have those on you, no worries. They can be obtained from pretty close by. For our meatballs, we will need 1 pound ground beef, 1 egg, a half cup of Italian breadcrumbs, a 4th cup of Parmesan cheese, 1 teaspoon of salt, a half teaspoon of pepper, 1 clove of garlic, a 4th cup of onion, and 4 to 6 ounces of mozzarella. We will also need frozen puff pastry to wrap the meatballs in, 1 egg yolk for the egg wash, and marinara sauce to dip the meatballs in when they are done. I've listed all the ingredients in the video description below if you need to visit them again. Now let's get cooking. Begin by preheating your oven to 400 degrees. Then you can get started with the meatballs. Your first step is adding everything to the beef. In goes the Italian breadcrumbs, shredded Parmesan cheese, minced garlic, salt, pepper, and egg. Then you just need to combine it all together. You'll actually also need some onions, which I accidentally forgot, but thank goodness my mom came to the rescue. Once you've combined everything, it's time to shape the meatballs and add the mozzarella. I'm going to use a scale so that I can make sure everything is the same size, but honestly, you can eyeball it too. This recipe should make 16 fairly large meatballs. I don't have much of a technique for this, but basically I shape it into a ball, make a little opening, add the mozzarella, and then form it back into the ball shape again. And repeat. Once you've made all of your meatballs, they will go into your oven for 20 minutes. While those are baking, let's take a look at how the dish performs in the game. In Horizon Forbidden West, eating food grants you temporary perks. In this case, eating meat in the middle should increase our stamina regen, meaning we will recover our weapon stamina faster. Let's test it out. Weapon stamina is represented by that little yellow bar at the bottom of the screen. First, we will need to deplete it so that we can test how quickly it regenerates. On the left-hand side, I will be showing the normal regeneration speed, and on the right side, I'll be showing the regeneration speed after eating the food. And go! Look at the food side go! It's really flying! I think we can definitely see a clear winner here. If you're playing this game, Meat in the Middle is one dish worth making. And now let's check on our meatballs. They are already looking delicious, but they're not done yet. Let's go ahead and get these off the sheet so we can get some of the excess grease off and stop any extra cooking. When you're done with that, it's time to prepare our puff pastry. I definitely recommend purchasing pre-made puff pastry. It's tasty and a huge time saver. Just follow the instructions on your package for thawing it out. When it's thawed, it's time for the last bit of assembly, wrapping the meatballs in the puff pastry. What you're looking to do is divide your puff pastry sheets into sections and then wrap the meatball in one of those sections. With this first sheet, I tried to divide it into 8 equal sections so that I wouldn't waste any of the pastry dough. But I'm gonna go ahead and tell you to not do it this way. You might not waste any dough, but you make some really ugly meatballs. I'm going to recommend that you cut the pastry into 9 squares. 2 cuts vertically and 2 cuts horizontally should do it. Yes, you'll waste a little pastry, but they will look a million times better. To assemble, just put the meatball in the center and fold and tuck the edges until they all meet in the middle. Once you've finished, make a quick egg wash using 1 egg yolk and about a tablespoon of water. Mix well and brush it over the top of your pastry. Finally, pop it into the oven. Bake it for 20 minutes and then you're done. Serve with a side of marinara sauce for dipping and enjoy. All right, let's take a bite. As you can see, it's very cute. Now we're gonna dip it into our marinara sauce and take a bite. That is really, really good. It's got this really flaky crust. The meat is just flavorful and juicy, and the cheese is this fun, ooey gooey surprise in the middle. Definitely recommend this. Thumbs up, give it a try. Next week, we will be cooking up another delicious meal, so be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss it. See you next week. Seriously? Dip this into the marinara sauce. Shut up. Shut up. It's really hard.